So the Mazda engine is now in the panel van.
So because Matt's indecisive and can't choose which car he wants to work on, we're... You are?
Yes.
Here we are, 3 weeks out from Winters, which he's entered, and we have 4 cars here, none of which run. So now we're in a mad dash to get the LS into the HQ. Sacrilege. Just cut the radiator support.
Don't you start saying things?
I already bagged you out about your abundance of time slips.
I was going to get to that.
I don't think he did enough passes in the Mazda. Who keeps the I just throw that in the bin.
It was in the glove box of the Mazda. I pulled it out.
I don't think he did enough runs.
No, I actually counted them. There's only 55 passes there. And I reckon I probably would have thrown away maybe a dozen.
So what have you done?
Engine sitting there, kind of. Sump hits the cross member, so...
Which sump?
The one I bought.
So you took
for
the
this.
took the truck sump
So I
off.
took the truck sump off and I bought a sump for it. A rear wheel drive sump. And I put that on and it doesn't fit.
Excellent.
So now we've had to buy another one. Hopefully it fits. So at the moment it's just sitting there on one engine mount. Intercooler's mounted, final position. Brackets built for the radiator. I've had the radiator sitting in there. Final position all good. Then I put the engine in because I wanted to check all my clearances, work out whether the crossover pipe was going to clear the steering rack and if the turbo was going to fit.
The steering rack. Did you fit a steering rack while you're at it?
Shut up.
The sway bar?
Yes.
Or the steering box?
Steering box and the steering what do you
Sway bar. That's a sway bar. That's not connected to the steering at all.
Sway bar, steering arm.
Yeah, it's miles away from that, surely.
Yeah, but when that moves, it closes all the way in and the crossover pipe's right here. So I was trying to make sure that, what's that, idler, steering arm?
Pitman. Yeah, Pitman
yeah,
arm.
Just trying to make sure that
Idler,
didn't hit the crossover.
Pitman. Does it?
No.
Well,
So I said it was clear. And then you started playing semantics.
it's all I'm good at.
And I'm cooking you dinner.
Good.
Bitch.
Plenty of clearance. Kind of.
So, issues are turbo doesn't clear the inner guard. So options are modify that manifold, which then changes all of the things that we just discussed were clearing. Cut the inner guard, clearance it to fit the turbo, which not opposed to, but it may look ugly. Or we just rip the inner guards out and run without inner guards. And the only thing I was concerned about is maybe the guards may not have enough support over the wheel arches without that inner guard.
I don't know if it's a done thing or not on these.
It's done. I've seen it done.
How much does the turbo not fit by? Yeah, just dig through your turbo collection and pick which.
I had to remember which turbo.
Pick which one. Yeah. Pull this off. So what happened? Do you just not want to retune it? Is that why you don't want to go to the smaller turbo?
No, we can go to the smaller turbo.
Because there was talk about going to the smaller turbo so that you could race this in street series and not use the trans brake.
Yeah, we can do that. I was just trying to go for the path of least resistance because I want to be ready for Winternationals. And this weekend I'm going to get the engine out, pan changed over, back in, make sure it fits.
Pan changed over to what?
To the new one I bought.
But you've already got the new one that you bought on.
It's not on there.
So you bought 2 sumps.
F***ity. I hope this takes you forever to fucking cut the fucking shit out when you're making a fucking video. You
So that just so that everybody's clear, we've got 3 turbos to choose from and 3 sumps to choose from.
Yes.
Okay.
We also have multiple ECUs to choose from if you really want to get...
Do we have 3?
We got 2.
No, you need to buy another.
Okay, so if we move the turbo forward The issue we've had with this thing since the beginning is the alternator mount that we made in the backyard with some plate and a welder, and it used to throw the belt off. We put a...
I believe that's like a very open use of the word we.
Yep.
I had nothing to do with the alternator mount. Don't rope me in with this. The problem that we had with the Mazda was the one bit that I left to you.
Anyway, it used to throw the belt off, and then we just jerry-rigged it and we made it stay on, and it probably killed the bearing in the alternator, but it's been fine. We want to change the positioning of it so we don't have that issue again. So options are back in the same position, but you can buy a mount kit that's going to put the alternator quite high, which will be close to the bonnet. And I'm not sure if that's going to work because the kit is designed to go with a factory water pump, and we don't run the factory water pump. We run a remote Davies Craig one and like a header block. So the other option is put the alternator. There's a low mount kit you can buy, which would require this turbo kit to be moved forward anyway. So options are we come forward, extend that manifold, redo the crossover, and I can put a low mount alternator over here. Or we leave the turbo where it is, which requires the inner guard to be clearanced or removed. And in that case, then we're stuck with the alternator over here and either make that work again or come up with some kind of kit to make it do its thing.
So does my vote count as 2?
No.
Because otherwise there's me and you, and if we differ in opinion, then how do we decide?
Let's go to the audience.
It's got to be done before that.
Ah, shit. We'll toss a coin.
I don't want to take the inner guards out or cut the inner guards. I want to modify the manifold.
Okay, sweet. Good, because that's what I wanted to do, and I was expecting you to say, I have grinder.
Yes, I have grinder.
He also has a grinder profile.
Boom, boom. Lucky we're doing this here, where there's no welder or any kind of tooling.
Yeah, but this has got to come out, get remounted, which means the position's going to change a little bit, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
A little bit. I'm not going to change enough to worry it.
It'll go down a couple of mil. I suppose it'll only affect the cooler piping. Anyway, we'll make plans, and then when your hoist is not occupied.
So not at any time in the next 3 weeks then?
Tomorrow.
That's a lot of turbo.
Why doesn't it go faster?
Driver.
Tuner.
Driver.
Tuner.
Driver. Hey, my car goes fine. It's just got a different driver. 4 less than half the motor. It's the driver. This is still really heavy.
Yeah. Imagine how much
Why don't you have
faster
guard
it would
covers
be.
on this thing?
Because not mechanic.
See, all you'd have to do...
Cut a hole in the bonnet.
Is that too high?
I reckon. Yep, I reckon.
Well, it would be for the wastegate.
Again, which one?
Pull the manifold off. You're going to cut it straight, not on an angle,
Oh.
through that weld. And then we're going to see if we can get the turbo low enough. Holy Jesus.
Lucky you're strong.
Don't put this on film, then I can't get compo.
Can't get compo.
Yeah.
You work for yourself, mate. There's no such thing.
Is that low enough?
It's lower than that, and I mean, probably not.
We need to go and get a welder.
Do you want to do that tonight?
Well, what else are we going to do? What do you want to plan out?
Everything. Every single bit, and make sure that I have all the bits so we can just go smash it.
Yes, because that always works.
Yes. Well, kind of did with the Mazda. We did that in 7 weeks.
Yes, now we have 3 weeks. So, because Matt doesn't have anything here at all, like...
Apart from cars.
Yeah.
And car parts.
And that Barbie house. We had to go to my house and get the welder and some steel. So that hold there. Me check.
You glue now.
No, I just guessed. I literally didn't even measure. I just went and cut a piece of pipe.
Cool, let's see.
Ah, see how close I am. I reckon we are close. I reckon you are being...
Are we going to make it?
negative.
Let's make it.
We stopped recording. Why did we stop recording?
Battery went flat.
Well, the
And
battery...
then we changed it and then we didn't start again.
Yeah, we just kind of didn't start because we were a bit busy. But what have we done?
The S480 was not going to fit without molesting this car way more than I was comfortable with, and Andrew talked sense into me. So we took one of the spare turbos and chopped the manifolds up and made it fit.
Just stroke my ego here.
Andrew made it fit.
You you weren't real keen on cutting it apart, were you?
No.
Wasn't that much work?
No, it actually...
It's in?
Yeah, it happened a hell of a lot easier than I was expecting it to.
Well, not really. You expected it to just bolt in.
Originally, and then after we started seeing things weren't going to fit, I thought this is going to be a mess and it's not going to happen, and voila, the maestro at work. And I just cooked dinner.
Yeah. I can cut things. I'm still learning to weld them, but I can cut them. So, what's the plan now?
Right, so you're going to take manifolds away and weld out when you get time. I am going to pull this engine out tomorrow, swap the oil pan to the second new one. I'm going to get this wiring loom into the cabin, work out where the ECU and stuff's going to mount, get this engine back in with new engine mounts and all bolted up.
$650.
Pounds of boost. Are we going till it runs out of pump?
I'm going until it runs out of something. Know what you're doing there?
No, it's really hot.
Funny that.
Like real hot.
Yeah, you push it on, I'll do the spinnies.
That'd be nice.
You gotta get it located though.
Okay.
Something happened.
close, Andrew.
Nothing fell off.
Nothing fell off. Pretty close.
Yeah,
to-
173.60. I knew it was a slow 60 because
Yeah.
119 mile an hour should have been closer to an 11.0.
Yeah. It's still there.
Well, it's not covered in oil or coolant.
There's a bit of coolant in that bottle though.
Oh, yeah. It'd be hot. That's the same as it was on the dyno. That's fine.
Was it?
Yeah.
I haven't checked it. So,
Don't worry about a guard or anything on there. What have you done?
well, I fixed the alternator issue.
The belt's still on.
We relocated the alternator to stop the belt flying off, and now it actually has a proper tensioner that works. We changed the turbo, smaller turbo.
Changed the car.
Oh, we changed the car. Yeah, we changed the car. So the Mazda engine is now in the panel van.
So that was the first shakedown run.
First one. 11:44 at 119. 173.60 foot.
So very lazy.
6.8 pound on the brake. 9 out the back. Very, very lazy. But good first pass. Just wanted to make sure the car stayed together.
What's the fastest this car's ever gone?
11. No, 1095.
1095. So 1095 to beat this weekend.
1095 is the number to beat, yeah.
Okay.
But I also want to win.
Okay, well,
Play
10.
too much.
We got
So-
2 qualifiers to get it dialed.
You've got one more chance.
I need to give it more.
Usually that'd be a rerun then. Next up, next pairing here in Super Street, Matt Francis in the HQ panel van to take on Josh Fletcher, the Tirana.
Yeah, the Cyromax Tirana is going to be hard to beat. Josh is he's a tough customer. Let's see how they go. Need to get out the line. Tunnel 99 for Francis in the Josh Fletcher get through and he did there.
Yeah, big advantage to Francis, but Fletcher might be in front here, and he gets to win 1079 on 1068. Francis was a little bit off his dial in.
Yeah, Matt did not make enough of that with that awesome